How's it going, YouTube? This is Wi-Fi Merriman here today. Today I am bringing you guys the last of 3 videos showcasing this Lilligant Torkoal team. We're going to be jumping over to another team in the next day or so. But anyway, we are rocking out with Lilligant Torkoal one last time. And you know what? Our first opponent happens to be a Trick Room team. They're rocking out with Amoonguss and Iron Hens as the lead slot. I can honestly predict right now that they're wanting to maybe put Fake out and put maybe Torkoal asleep. So why not just protect this turn? It's probably the safest turn one, just to put Torkoal on protect and go for a Solar Blade into the Iron Hands, as there is the Fake out. And if you decide to go for Spore onto my Lilligant, then you know, but that's alright by me. That'd be alright. Anyway, I'll go ahead and get the Solar Blade off. And how much damage are we doing? That's decent chip. That's decent chip, as they do also go for Spore. Fantastic. Hey, this is perfect. I want to showcase Lilligant Torkoal, and here it is. After you, and let's go for that Tera Fire Eruption. And we're just here taking names, and we're ready. We're ready to knock this combo out. They could definitely go for a Tera Water, maybe into the Amoonguss. But the value, I mean, you'd still be taking a lot of damage from this Eruption. And plus, do you really want a Tera Water right beside a Lilligant on the other side of the field? I don't think so. But at the same time, you probably want to save yourself this turn. So this is a tough spot for our opponent. But no Terrorization for our opponent. And this should be just, we should be able to knock up both of them this turn. Let's find out. Look at that. No Focus Sash on the Amoonguss. And you know, we'd love to see that. We got a double KO. Lilligant Torkoal looking fantastic. And that's the one thing with this team. It's very, very aggressive, but you gotta be a little smart with this squad currently. I gave the rental code at the very end of the last video, so some of y'all could be already playing with this team just a little bit. But if you guys are not playing with this team, I highly recommend, because it's a lot of fun. It really is. Enamourus and Cresselia. Yeah, we're just gonna practically do the same play. After you Eruption, see how much damage we can do to that Cresselia. I'm assuming it's what, a 2-hit KO? It may not be. Cresselia is super, super bulky. Plus with, I've been seeing a lot of Lunar Dance Cresselias as well. So, that's been able to like heal everybody back up. Enamourus is designed to terrestrialize into a flying type. That does not help with the Eruption plays. Like, it does not help you resisting the attack any better, you know? So, okay, fantastic, you know? So let's see how much damage we can do here. Eruption coming out. And that, does that KO anything? It does KO the Enamourus, and it does over half to the Cresselia. And Cresselia, please, if you set up Trick Room, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? I'll take it. This team, there it is. There's the Trick Room. Okay, fantastic. Why would you set up Trick Room? I'm a Torkoal. I'm just gonna go send out the Amoonguss just to say, hey, look, I had you the whole time. This team counters Trick Room so hard. If they don't lead Trick Room, and I can just take them out with the Lilligant Torkoal combo. But if they bring Trick Room, I have the Torkoal and Amoonguss, two of the scariest Pokemon in Trick Room. It's very fun. It's a fun team. Let's go. Game number 2. Here we come. Okay, our next opponent is Sophia, rocking out with Muck, the Peppers, Grimmsnarl, Co-Star Guy, Flamingo, Espeon, Sylveon, and Peppers is still a villain. I knew that. I just, you know, I had to rethink. I've seen the strategy actually. Okay, yeah, this is the exact strategy I've been seeing with James Beck. He's been using this minimize Muck. Okay, but we still gotta get as much damage as possible. So Torkoal Lilligant might be our best bet. Yeah, it's like a Moody Skull villain. They want to set up the screens and all that, like turn 1. The biggest thing is we just gotta be able to tank the attacks and put. I mean, we'll see what we can do. If they end up bringing out the Espeon, we'll have to worry about the magic bounce. But if they don't, then we put whoever they bring out asleep with the Amoonguss and Dragonite in the back just for those E-speeds. Alright, let's see what happens. Hopefully we'll see. I mean, because this muck, it's definitely minimizing muck. You know, we don't like to see that. Minimize. I mean, it's a fun little tech, but hopefully it's not nothing that people are going to start getting serious about, because minimizes. It's a rough go about things. All right, so basically though, we do know. Well, it's the strategy, but they could definitely change it up. Minimize for the muck, and probably setting up a light screen. I could definitely see that. Do we try and go for the full power Eruption, or do we try and go full power Dazzling Gleam here? Or do we want to save our Terrestrialization for something else? I'm going to go Eruption, and I think I'm going to Tera the Flutter Mane and go for the Dazzling Gleam. Because Flutter Mane being the faster Pokemon in this situation, it's just, I feel like you can get more damage output with it. I do believe, I don't think this muck actually has a poison move. I could be wrong. I think its main damage output is Drain Punch, so we're actually in a decent spot in this situation. Let's see, who are you Terrestrializing? You are Terrestrializing the muck to a fire type. Okay, I mean, it like double resist earth moves now. That's lovely. That's lovely. Good job. Light Screen coming out to reduce the damage. Let's see how much damage we can do. Flutter Mane going for the Dazzling Gleam. How much are we doing? That tickled the muck at best. Jeez, that tickled it. As there it is. There's the minimize. There's the minimize. We hate to see it. We really do. But we still land the Eruption. The thing is, I probably should have went for Earth Power with Torkoal. Power Acme, and it gains the Prankster ability. That is not what they want for that muck. That muck wants to gain Moody. So there it is. We have already ruined a little bit of the strategy by going ahead and knocking out one of the biggest threats to them. Knocking out the Grimmsnarl. Ruined it because now they get the Prankster. So they get Prankster. But, you know, I mean, yeah, there's the Moody. So, I mean, they want that Moody on that muck. So, hey, we're already looking decent. We don't need a... We need to keep this muck in check, though. As much as possible. Maybe expecting, like, an overheat coming at the Flutter Mane. What's Flutter Mane actually doing here in this situation? Honestly, do we even want to save the Flutter Mane? I just think the chip right now is pretty important. There's another minimize, so it gets minimizes going off first at the very beginning of each turn, and we're probably going to start missing it. So that's always lovely. We missed it right there. Getting decent Dazzling Gleam damage. Here comes the overheat into the Flutter Mane. That's why I didn't want to switch it out. Gets a special attack drop though. Alright, Torkoal, hit this Earth Power. Yo. Sad part is, it's not going to be doing as much damage as we're really wanting it to do, because Muck is really defensive to begin with, and then it's just, it is what it is. But yeah, right here, I want to go ahead and knock out the Skull Villain, so I don't see no reason not to try and go for a Eruption play into a Dazzling Gleam again. Just kind of hopefully playing the slower game will do us some favors, but man, them setting up that minimize ain't gonna be good for us. We don't miss this time, and we do a lot of damage to that Skull Villain. Here comes an overheat, but Flutter Mane dodges, and now we're free to go for the Eruption, but Muck dodges the Eruption, but Skull Villain is out. Skull Villain is no longer a threat. So if we can knock everything out around this Muck, then this Muck ain't gonna be nowhere near as good. Now granted, they could bring out the Flamingo and, you know, start hammering down on us, you know. There's the Espeon. Okay. So like with Espeon, to get the boost and everything, it has to go for Psych Up. I feel like you might want to be trying to go into maybe Torkoal at some point. But yeah, we'll keep going for the eruptions until Torkoal takes damage. Okay, fine. That's why we go for the doubles in this situation. Because if we can somehow land against this mug, that's what we want. And fantastic, we actually do land a nice little Dazzling Gleam. I do believe this mug has... No, it don't have Citrus Berry. What's its item then? I forgot. Anyway, Flutterman goes down due to a knockoff. Okay, and then here knocks off our choice specs. Here comes our Eruption. Let's see if we can land it against his mug. We happen to land it against the mug and do some more damage. Okay, fantastic. Oh, it's Leftovers, I forgot. Okay, and we're doing damage. Like, we've got this mug kind of low, so we're doing alright. In this situation, I think you got to Dragonite. Even though I know that this Espeon has Dazzling Gleam, I still think you got to Dragonite here in this situation. Fire off another Eruption, and I kind of want to go for EQ, like Protect, and see if we can land this EQ. Let's see. I mean, this is coming from a Dragonite. That would be good. So let's see what we got. Because if we can land this EQ, then that mug probably will go down. Psycho coming out. We know we don't like to see that. EQ, come on. You gotta land. You gotta land. Come on, Dragonite. It hits somebody. It hits the Espeon. Okay. And we lose our Lumberry. Plus we lost our Multiscale. Okay. Not looking the greatest, but we're not out of this. We can honestly, E-Speed, the Espeon. I'm trying to Earth Power just to make sure we can keep lowering down the muck just a little bit, turn by turn, you know. See what we can do. Plus, if we can if we can threaten, here comes the extreme speed, and we miss. D-Gleam coming out. Does a lot of damage. Torkoal doesn't take that much damage though. Critical hit on Dragonite. You hate to see that. Dream Punch coming out. They're finally respecting the Torkoal just a little bit. Alright, Torkoal. Land the Earth Power. Land it, buddy. No. Okay. This muck is getting back in the green. It's not looking good. We have Clear Smog on this Amoonguss. I don't know why I haven't went to it yet. Let's go into the Amoonguss and see if we can clear Smog. Yeah, we'll definitely see if we can clear Smog here in this situation. D-Gleam does come out, knocks out the Dragonite. We hate to see that. Because I probably should have, the right move probably should have been me go for Extreme Speed and see if I can fish that hit again against that Espeon, but I didn't do that. Okay, so this is actually a very annoying team, as you guys can tell. It's very, very annoying to kind of deal with. Because we're in this situation now where Espeon can easily go for a Psychic and just knock out the Amoonguss like it's nothing. And that's the sad part about this. Store Power, same thing. And Yowchi. Yeah, this team, I can see why now it was featured on James Beck's channel. It's a good team. And we finally land the Earth Power. And look how little we did. Is Light Screen still active? Surely not. But I mean, Mucka's Light Screen just wore off. Yo! Should have protected. And then I wouldn't... I still don't have a shot. I mean, this is a shot in the dark. Because this store power right here is just going to knock us out. Good game. But man, I hate to lose this to this team. This is not a team that you would normally run into. So, I hate that we're losing to it. But you know, I'll feature it onto the channel anyway. Good game, Sophie. I mean, that minimized Smog is a beast. Man. Alright, so we're going against another Trick Room team. Kind of. Urshifu, Heatran, Fluttermane, Iron Hands, Cresselia, and Ursaluna. Okay, so like our opponent has both a fast mode and a Trick Room mode. In this instance, what do we want to do? We don't necessarily want to lead the Torkoal because well, they go into their fast mode. Their fast mode has the Heatran, has a Fluttermane, and has an Urshifu, you know? So stuff... Urshifu doesn't necessarily threaten the Torkoal, but the Fluttermane and the Heatran certainly do. So yeah, we have to go a little bit different than what I really am used to doing. But Amoonguss Fluttermane isn't too bad. I think Torkoal still comes into this game. It's just don't lead with it. And in the back, I like the Lilligant. I do like the Lilligant, mostly for the Ursaluna. If we can get out of Trick Room, if we somehow get into Trick Room, if we can find a way to get out, and we could Solar Blade the Ursaluna, we'd be in a good spot. So okay, let's see what happens. At least there's no minimize I have to worry about. So there's that. Let's see what we can pull off here. Okay, Ursaluna and Cresselia. Okay, in this situation, Ursaluna should always go for Protect, but I'm still going to be putting you to sleep. I'm still going to try and throw that sleep at you just to see what happens, see what sticks. And then I might go ahead and get the board position that I want. That being Torkoal in. Hopefully there is no headlong rush coming into our Fluttermane slot, because that would be disasterful. But that's also why if he does happen to go headlong rush, I'm putting him asleep so he will not be getting that burn. So we should be, that kind of neutralizes stuff a little bit. There comes the Earthquake. Torkoal, take it. Thank you. Put him asleep. Okay, fantastic. I can walk out with Torkoal's Heat Wave. That is no problem for me. As long as their Ursaluna's asleep, that is fine. There's a Trick Room. I will take that all day, every day. I can actually Pollen Puff here. Pollen Puff the Torkoal. Get it back to a lot of its health. Now, Torkoal is a lot slower than the Amoonguss, so for this turn, I will go Heat Wave. But it's still a pretty fair move. We're going to go ahead and Terastallize as well, so that way we can get as much damage as possible. If we can make this, what, a 2-hit KO situation, and hopefully this Ursaluna is forced to sleep this turn. I mean, this is the safety net of this, because he moved the last turn. Ally Switch coming out, that don't matter. That does not matter. As the Heat Wave does come out, someone dodges it. You hate to see that. But hopefully the Ursaluna still takes damage. There it is. Fantastic. And Pollen Puff. Fantastic. Getting Torkoal back up to close to full. He's not quite there, but he's close to full. And this is why I like this team with Trick Room, against Trick Room, right? I mean, because, Cresselia's just throwing it to us. But Cresselia needs a, what, switch on out? Basically. I'll take it, though. I'll take it. Because what's Cresselia really doing? Cresselia's not here for damage. I mean, really and truthfully, if it Psychics into the Torkoal, it probably does some decent damage. You could also Psychic into the Amoonguss and do decent damage. I don't think it knocks out, though, either one of them in this situation. And Torkoal's Eruption's also going in first, which will knock out the Ursaluna. So, how much are we doing to the Cresselia here? That's over half. Over half. Could have clicked Spore, but instead I'm going Pollen Puff. See how much damage we can do. Well, it's actually not enough damage to knock it out, but all it did was Lunar Blessing. So it heals itself up just a tad. But, you know, okay, we're fine. It's basically an Eruption range again. We can still knock that out with the next Eruption. So, and Torkoal's here. If you're going up against a Torkoal, please, guys. If you don't have your way to beat Torkoal, and you're going up against Torkoal, don't. Ooh, if you get the speed boost too, it's a game over, right? There it is, speed boost. Yeah, if you're going up against Torkoal, don't set up Trick Room. That's the end of this story right here, you know? Spore there. Eruption, everything. Battle was cancelled. Hey, this team, if you run Torkoal though, you've got to have a Trick Room mode set, or at least be ready for Trick Room. That was too easy. Let's get one more battle in and see what we can do. Alright, our fourth and final opponent for this video. We got, I think that's Chi-Yu, Fluttermane, Tornadus, Landorus, Heatran, and Gastrodon. Gotta respect the Gastrodon just a tad bit here. I really don't hate leading like Landorus here. Even though there's like no physical attackers other than their own Landorus. I just like the Earthquake potential. Earthquake looks fantastic here. We can Earthquake plus Dragonite. We can put Dragonite in the lead slot and really do decent. The only thing that kind of scares this lead is if they bring their own Fluttermane. If Fluttermane sets up too, that's when it becomes an issue. But what if we did it like this? Torkoal Lilligant, Landorus Dragonite. Then that covers the Fluttermane lead. We don't necessarily lose to Fluttermane lead. We can cover for the Heatran and the Gastrodon with Earth Power from the Torkoal and Solar Blade. So I think that's okay. And like if they want to set up Tailwind with Tornadus, let them set up Tailwind. Because we have ways. Our back row can handle Tailwind pretty decent, pretty bulky guys, and we should be fine. We should be fine. Like, we're gonna see. Like, I don't want you to set up Tailwind, but if you set it up, it's not the end of the world for me. Alrighty. Said though, Landorus and Chi-Yu as the leads. Okay. Beads of Ruin, lowering the special defense of everything on the field except for Chi-Yu. Keep that in mind, because that is actually very, very important as we go for the Eruption plus after you. And that basically means Torkoal's going to go first. We're popping off of a super powerful Eruption. Landorus is sitting next to Chi-Yu, so therefore he has a lowered special defense. So unless you're holding Focus Sash, my friend, you're going down. Landorus, it probably is the Landorus terrestrializing here. No, it's the Chi-Yu. What type are you turning into? Ghost. Why? Why? You resisted my Eruption. I didn't think I would be knocking you out, but now I'm 100% certain. Unless you're Focus Sash, I'm knocking you out. Sometimes, you know, you just get the right lead, and Torkoal Lilligant, you know, especially this Lilligant, it being a physical attacker, really makes it a different dynamic than just a special Lilligant. I love this physical Lilligant set. Oh, so it is Focus Sash. Landorus just drops. Landorus did nothing in this battle, which is oddly enough kind of satisfying, right? You know, Landorus things in most battles, and you go for Overheat, still does a lot of damage. A lot of damage to the Torkoal, but Torkoal surviving And we can still throw an Earth Power. We can still throw the Earth Power out to the Heatran saying, hey buddy, how you doing? I also can throw a Close Combat out and just ignore the Chi-Yu completely. And I honestly don't hate that, because I am Focus Sash onto the Lilligant here. So yeah, that's, to me, seems okay. Close Combat coming out, not quite the KO. And if you like target the Lilligant with your Heatran, or okay, yeah, that's fine. Heat Wave, just don't burn. Just don't burn the Lilligant. I'll take it. I'll take it though. Torkoal goes down, which is not the end of the world. We got solid damage on both leads, or we got one lead knockout, and we got solid damage on both the Heatran and the Chi-Yu. Can't go in and E-speed the Chi-Yu though, gotta keep that in mind. Can go out. We can just Earthquake though. Yeah, this is okay. Earthquake. I do believe Chi-Yu is at like -2 on its special attack. I'm not saying that's great. Actually, yeah, it's like -2. So I could Earthquake. We could definitely just Rock Slide too, though. Rock Slide. And just ensure that we knock out the Chi-Yu, we can go Solar Blade into it. So I want that thing. I want that thing gone. I do. I don't want the Chi-Yu to stick around. And Gastrodon coming out. Hi, buddy. How's it going? I have Solar Blade. And here comes your Chi-Yu. Not going to be able to survive this. And like I said, we have Rock Slides. Rock Slide coming in. Going to be doing enough damage to where I believe a Solar Blade that has been intimidated should be able to pick up this KO. I mean, that's baby damage. That's baby damage. But I still believe that we're okay. Heatran, we know, is your last Pokemon. And I don't hate. The sun's up. This seems like a very bad... This could be a very bad move. But we're going to EQ. We're going to Solar Blade the Gastrodon. Gastrodon's protecting. That's absolutely okay. As long as I get rid of your Heatran. As long as the Heatran's gone. Yeah, Gastrodon, you survive a turn. But the question is, can you handle a Dragonite and a Landorus? The good answer, I mean, yeah, technically people will be like, you know, maybe it can. It has Ice Beam. It might be okay. No. You coming out with 2 attacks against its 1 attack that's not even stabbed. Yeah, no, we're good. Because it's not going to even be able to knock us out. And I have Stab Earthquake. And I'm going to stab my Outrage as well. Stab Earthquake, Stab Outrage. And we should be fine. This should be this should be GG right here. Look at that. Look at that combination. Oh, go ahead, eat your Citrus Berry. Eat your Apapa Berry. Which one you got? Citrus? That's okay. Lender's coming in with an Earthquake to finish out the game. Hey, that battle basically went down as planned. That went down as planned, as much as the team preview as I could have planned.